All right, guys, so now we're back to talk about counterclaims. I know we went over this quickly the other day, but I noticed throughout your 2 paragraphs about the dress code, there were some issues that I felt like could be kind of discussed altogether. So talking about counterclaims. So I thought the best thing to do would be to actually read some counterclaims because I wonder if some of our eyes sort of glazed over the examples. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you, and I've actually color-coded them for you as well up on the screen so that you can see the 2 different sides kind of coming through. So although Molly has some negative qualities, she is still a quality member of the Farm and Rebellion. While she is reluctant to give up her ribbons and is not the strongest worker, Molly is not a good at getting up in the mornings and a way of leaving work early. Molly does attempt to do work. Even though she does not do as much hard labor as the other animals, she still comes to work and does not take rations away from others. These qualities are within the ideals of animalism. She is slow to adjust to the new way of life that she did not want. However, she still participates, which shows she listens and follows the teachings of animalism. Since she is going against her personal wants and desires, it shows she is sacrificing for the cause, just like the other animals. So the red is kind of the other side, and the green is the side that person comes to. So you notice that they kind of start with her negative qualities and then transition into her better qualities. So we're going to look at another one. This is more of a traditional, kind of the other side than your side. Some people argue that GMOs are not meant to hurt anyone and are used simply for helping ease storage and transportation of food. These people claim that without the GMO, farmers would be unable to grow large production farms that help feed an ever-growing demand for food. They argue that labeling their products would cost money and potentially scare people away from eating perfectly healthy food. However, the burden would be on the larger companies and not the individual farmers to pay for the labels, and labeling products that are GMO simply gives people a chance to make choices that better fit their lifestyle. Okay, so we're talking about GMOs are costing money and scaring people, and the green is talking about how it's really just giving people a choice and it's not doing these things. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pause for you to answer question number 1 in your own words. All right, so thinking about the counterclaims that you guys turned in, here were some of the issues that I saw kind of repeated throughout all 4 of my classes. So the number 1 issue was that you didn't talk about the other side at all. So you just wrote 2 paragraphs about your own ideas. You did not create a counterclaim at all. And I'm not sure what happened there, if we just sort of forgot the directions, but it is at the top of the page. So make sure you guys reread directions. Another issue I saw is you guys just contradicted yourselves by never coming back to your original side. It would be like you wrote 1 paragraph in green and 1 paragraph in red, right? You wrote about like the good things about it and the bad things about it, but you didn't actually come back to why your side is the stronger side. You didn't actually make that counterclaim. You just had 2 different arguments. Another thing I noticed was it was very vague in your ideas and you needed to expand. So just sort of stating the other side has an opinion is not quite enough. It doesn't show that you've done research. It doesn't show that you have thought about it. It doesn't show that you have really considered their side. So we want to make sure that your ideas are as specific as possible. And then just the counterclaim was missing. We didn't even attempt. A lot of people gave me 1 paragraph. So please, you guys, make sure you follow directions. So you do need 2 paragraphs, one of which is a counterclaim. Now that will be an easy thing for some of you guys to revise, and an important thing to keep in mind if you still have not submitted this paper. So we're going to go ahead and pause so that you guys have some time to answer question number 2. Go ahead and read the directions and get that done. All right, so this is the revised version. of the counterclaim. So I'm not going to read this one out loud because it's kind of long, but I do want to make sure you guys go back and read and see how they fix some of the issues. I also want to point out that this is a formal letter, a formal writing, so I want to make sure you guys are avoiding things like wanna or gonna, because while we're doing a better job of some of the other things, some of those habits of speech are kind of creeping into our writing, which we want to keep out of our writing. Okay? So as you finish everything else that you have to do today, so finishing that whole editing sheet, please turn it in, or revision sheet, turn it into the turn-in box at the side of my desk. If you would like to revise or just turn it in for the first time, the propaganda paragraph or your dress code paragraph, you may do so by, let's see, you guys are Blue Day, so March 20th. That is the final due date for this unit. Now, if you have not already turned in your paragraphs, I do not think I will be able to grade them twice. So think of that as a reason to get work in on time, right? You've had multiple opportunities and days to get both of these in, so make sure they are getting in so that you at least get credit for them once, right? If there's any time remaining in class today, you can work on anything you're missing or work on these revisions. All right, thanks guys. Bye.